Hello, I am WyrdBean, and this is WyrdLore about Cuphead. As you may know, I like to explore every game with excruciating detail, and today we're taking a closer look at Mrs. Chalice. Like most characters of Cuphead, she appears to have a very simple story at first. But as we dive deeper, there's something sinister. We first meet her sealed within a jar after completing Mausoleum 1. Going by the title, the legendary Chalice. A mausoleum is usually a place for deceased leaders or people of importance. In Rugged Ridge, we find a statue of the legendary Chalice. She reveals this while using her third super. She also appears to be capable of controlling the souls of other legendary characters. This leads us to believe that in her life, she was someone important. You might then think that the mausoleum was where she was laid to rest, but she tells us this: I was searching for magic and got trapped by those ghosts. That would mean that she came here from somewhere else. Where is her physical form? It's also very strange the way she introduces herself. Pay attention to what she says here. I am known as the legendary Chalice. Notice that she is talking in the present tense, saying I am instead of I was. This is not something the writers would have overlooked and was very intentionally placed here. I'll explain why once we learn a little bit more about her. Earlier she told us she was looking for magic, but at no point in the game do we ever find out why. Sure, we learn from the DLC that she is trying to come back to life, but why does she think that the mausoleums would help her? This is when I began to look at the inspirations for Mrs. Chalice's character. She goes by the names of Legendary Chalice and later Mrs. Chalice. Let's break these apart. Legends feature human deeds that have happened in the past. That means that she once did something that was worthy of stories. The title of Mrs. would mean she wasn't married and doesn't possess a royal title such as Queen. That means that any theories about her being Cuphead and Mugman's mother are probably wrong. The location where we discover her statue looks similar to ancient Greek architecture, and we see that she is holding a spear, which symbolizes military strength. Ironically, this is found in the ruins of presumably her city. Was the legendary Chalice a military leader of the ancient Cuphead Empire? No. It turns out that this statue is not actually Mrs. Chalice. In order to enter heroic form, she requires the powers of the astral plane that she previously shared with Cuphead and Mugman. Similar to an avatar, she is able to bridge the astral plane with reality to manifest her ancestors. This is why Chef Saltbaker was so interested in this power. How did Mrs. Chalice gain this ability while all these other ghosts appeared to be unintelligent? The answer to this I found in our second encounter with her in Mausoleum 2. If I rooted here, I could find something special for you. She tells us that she has been rooting herself to the mausoleums to find magic for us. It seems that she possesses celestial powers, and unlike the other ghosts, bears a halo upon her head. In ancient Greece, a halo represented an aura of sanctity. For some reason, the legendary Chalice has connections with a godlike entity. Seeing as devils and angels exist within the game, that wouldn't be that strange. The third encounter is much harder to notice, but I immediately knew exactly what she meant. Galatians 5:22, but the fruit of spirit is love, joy,
peace, patience, kindness,
goodness, faithfulness. She was feeding on the spirits of the mausoleums the entire time to obtain their astral power. Notice how instead of respectfully leaving the mausoleum, we completely destroy them. That's kind of messed up. Did she find what she was looking for in the end? No. In the delicious last course, we discover that she is now getting help from Chef Saltbaker in order to escape the astral plane. This is where it starts to get weird. Watch her surprise as the astral cookie begins to wear off. Chef Saltbaker then explains that the cookie is only temporary and that the Wonder Tart would grant full control of the astral plane. She didn't know this before and was completely fine with leaving Mugman within the astral plane. Miss Chalice may be the most sinister character of them all. That's when I noticed this. Gadzooks is a genitive case with a noun being Gad. Gad was a common term used to avoid speaking God's name. Oddly, this leads me to the content of Mrs. Chalice's cup. You may have already guessed it. But within her head is the consecrated blood of Jesus Christ. In Christianity, the vessel that Jesus used to serve wine during the Last Supper is known as the Holy Chalice. Drink this, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. Discovering this led me down a rabbit hole. Are other characters in the game in public? Where is her physical form? She was someone important. Snemaken the same, but I'm at her old weenie